hello. Welcome to this beautiful Wednesday evening. Woo, baby. I am so excited to be here today. I am super pumped to be sharing with you another empowering message, reaching out to wherever you may be watching from. Woo! You may be watching us from across the globe, across from us, of course, right? You might be watching from Australia. You might be watching all the way from the Philippines, or maybe you're watching us and joining us from Japan, or perhaps somewhere in the middle of Africa or somewhere in the middle of Europe. Thank you so much for joining us today, as well to our friends and amigos from the States, Mexico, South America, and of course our amazing neighbors from Canada. Thank you so much for being here today. You have no idea how grateful I am to be here with you today during day 14 of my 23-day gratitude journey. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, my name is Jesús Pérez and I am a wellness and well-being ambassador. I empower people through the power of live streaming across YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram sometimes, And I want to bring the gift of awareness to those who are watching this content. Because we all have an opportunity to take a proactive approach to our well-being. So that's what I speak about. That's why I'm here today. Because in a few days, on February 23rd, less than 10 days away, it's my birthday. And rather than me receiving or asking for gifts, what I'm doing here, it's giving all of my viewers, all of my audience across the different social media platform, I'm giving you all a gift of awareness, like I said. And today, I want to share with you a super quick story because I know a lot of people are getting ready to go celebrate their Valentine's dinner. For those who go out today, for those who go out in the weekend as well, congratulations, happy Valentine's Day. It's amazing that you have an opportunity to celebrate this evening such an important concept, occasion. You see, for us, this is slightly bit different. But I'm not going to get into that because, we celebrate love every day, right? And we celebrate each other every day. So that's why for us, it's Valentine's every day of the year, you know what I mean? Every day it's an occasion for us to celebrate, to acknowledge one another. And today, my friends, I want to quickly bring your attention to a picture that I have ready for you right here. You see, that guy that you see on that picture, that was me back in 1999. Way skinnier than you see me right now. Well, right now I'm very slim, right? But back then, I was super skinny, like very skinny, okay? And my wife, she used to say I had chicken legs, right? Because of how skinny my legs were, right? Well, that changed over the next several years. That of course changed because we had an opportunity to, just to gain some weight and to exercise or, whatever, right? But that's a whole different story. But the reason why I'm bringing this picture right here in front of your screen, in front of you, right? It's because the lady right next to me, that's my beautiful bride. That's my beautiful, amazing support, best friend, cheerleader, personal ambassador, business partner. And you know what? I can keep going on and adding things to that list, but she would think that I'm just saying it here because she's really close to me. But she knows that. You see, she knows how much she means to me. She knows how much she has impacted my life. And one of the things I wanna go through today, and the occasion is super fitting, right? Because my beautiful Liz Perez, as you see, I had different hair colors, and in that picture, I had, I don't know, orange and golden or something. I don't know exactly what colors, but But you see, that night, that specific night was a rave night at my work. I work at that place, I work at that nightclub, and so we had to change everything because it was rave night for us at the nightclub. But I didn't have every given day, my hair was not that color. You see, my hair was just naturally just my natural color, hair color. You know what I mean? My hair has been long for many, many occasions, and sometimes my hair has been low as down as my hip, my as my waist, because that's how long my hair has been in a couple occasions. But for years, I used to have my hair long like that, and that's how when we met. But when we met back in 1999. Here's the funny part. Here's the amazing and extraordinary journey that we had started back then. When she came to Cancun, because I was living in Cancun at the time, she was visiting Cancun with her family, and we connected immediately. That picture that I just show you, right? That picture that you see beside me, behind me, that picture was when in one of the first few days when we met. And when we met, let me tell you this, that when we met, my English was nowhere near to what it is today. In fact, my friends, I had no English. My English was so limited. And when I mean limited, I mean limited, limited, limited. See, I used to be a server in the nightclub, and the only English that I was required to have, okay, the only English that I was required to have was a basic conversation, order taking English. That was it. And the funny thing is when the managers will interview you and say, hey, how's your English? Do you speak English? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What percentage of English do you speak? And I'd be like, I don't know, 80%, 90%. Oh, okay. So you speak very good English. Oh, okay. Come on in. And you'd get higher, right? But you see, as a server, I learned one thing. It's not so much of whether you actually know what you're talking about, but it's rather how well you sell it. How well you are selling whatever it is that you're serving to the people. How much do you believe in it? How much do you know about it? Sometimes it's not as important because you just need to be able to answer a few questions, right? And be ahead of those questions, right? Basically, be proactive at what they could potentially be asking you. I know, my friends, I laugh and I giggle because you see, I just say, yeah, I speak good English, whatever, when they hire me, and they hire me without a problem and whatever. But when I had to face my tables, my English was limited to hello, good evening, good morning, good whatever time it was. If it was 5 in the morning, have a good morning. If it was, I don't know, at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, well, you would answer accordingly, right? And then I would know enough to take the drink order. And they would start talking to me sometimes. They would start telling me things sometimes. And the reality is that most of the time I was either yeah, or no. And if I would say yeah, and they'd be like making faces or things, I'd be like no, and they'd be like, oh, okay. So I had no idea what they were saying. Honestly, I had no clue whatsoever what they were saying. But I know that my answer was not what they were looking for. So I would change my answer to what they wanted to hear. Right? So an amazing salesman here telling you this, right? So so when I met her, my English was no different. I knew a couple other things that I knew it would help me to make more tips, and those words were, "You're beautiful." I know, right? And so I'd come to them, to her mom, and sister, and say, hello, you're beautiful, with my accent and everything. And hello, you're beautiful. I said that to her. And then we were able to connect. And then we looked at each other and we connected. And then we connected to the point that after she left, the first time when she came to visit. And after she was gone, for and spending quality time with me, and she went back home, and she was living in Florida at the time. We started talking on the phone for a few months. It first started with the Sunday phone call, and she would call me, and I'd be like asking my buddies to see who would be able to speak to her, pretending that it was me. So until I found one guy whose English was a little bit better than mine, but then he got fired, and then I had to find another guy who's supposed to know better English than I did, and I had to fire him myself because I'm like, dude, come on, you're supposed to be the boss and our shift leader, and your English sucks. So I took over the phone. Give me the phone, man. So I took the phone and I started talking to her. And by then she was second guessing herself if she was talking to me or if she was talking to someone else. But when I picked up the phone, she's giving the phone to her mom, and at the same time we both go, hello? Hello? Yeah, hey, what's up? And then we started talking. And I don't know how. I don't know where the English started to just flowing through my mouth, and I was just talking to her mom. I was talking to her, and the next we're just chit chatting like whatever, right? Probably 90% of the time didn't make any sense. More than likely, it was one of those things like, yeah. Oh, yeah, no, no. You know what I mean? Because there was a lot of times that I honestly was lost in whatever she was saying. Well, no, fast forward a few months, and then we ended up living together. She moved to Mexico with me, and she came to visit for a second time. And I said, hey, why don't you stay? I asked her a super simple question, and I said, why don't you stay for an extra week here with me so we can spend some quality time, and then you just fly back whenever, a week later. Well, that week later, that was back in 1999. When we were going into the Y2K. I don't know if you remember the crisis of the Y2K. And well, we started the millennium together. We started the 2000 together, and ever since has been an amazing journey being by her side. Well, now that you have a little bit more knowledge of what happened, how we met, and how our initial interactions were, you see, here's the second portion to that. When we were living together, when we started to actually live together, I remember coming to our room, and I said to her, listen, all I have at the time was a mattress, a TV, very small TV, by the way, and a little radio. I said, that's all I have. I got my clothes, a couple blankets, but that's it. I don't have anything else. So if you're looking for investments, if you're looking for cars, for mansions or possessions or things like that, I say, I don't own any of that. I don't have any of that, nor I care for any of that, because I care to enjoy life by your side. So if you are staying with me, I cannot give you right now any of that, but I'm giving you my heart. I'm giving you my heart, my love, my support, and I'm here for you. And with an English-Spanish dictionary, we were able to communicate for the several months. I think it was closer to a year that we stopped using that dictionary. And from time to time, I would go back to the dictionary to see, to look for the word, to see what she meant or what I meant to say, right? But with that in mind, my friends, I want to acknowledge and I want to honor my beautiful bride as I invite you to honor your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your significant other. How about we leave it with that? Honor your significant other. Not just today, not just because it's Valentine's Day, but make it a habit of expressing gratitude every day. Make it a habit to express appreciation for one another every day. Because you know what? When you start investing and pouring yourself into your spouse, into your significant other, into your family, and you start giving love, expressing gratitude, expressing appreciation, You never know when or how or at what capacity that always comes back to us. You see, when I was dealing with the concussion recovery, she was right there for me since the very beginning, and she had to face many of her fears. Her fear of driving, her fear of driving down one of those fast roads around the city. But she had to face her fear and take me to the hospital, take me to the ER place because of the love for me that she has. She faced her fear of going behind the wheel and saying, I got this, not allowing fear to control her. Imagine if I had allowed fear to control me back in 1999, and those limitations of not knowing enough English would have stopped me from saying, hello, you're beautiful. Would you like to stay an extra week with me? Well, now I said it very fancy, but with my broken English back then, stay with me an extra week, right? And she say yes. She say yes to me. But if I didn't ask, if I didn't face my fear, I would not be here today in front of you. If she was not there for me during my recovery, during the hardest times that we had to face back then in 2018 to 2020, when I was just recovering, when I was learning to understand my body once again, I don't know where I would be today. So not only as my wife, as my bride, as my support system, she has been my caretaker through thin and thick. She has been with me through thin and thick. She has been through situations that my friends, some of you already heard me talk about those before, during one of my many live streams before. But if you don't know, you are up for a treat, my friends, because the next few days, we're going to be evolving now into a whole section of gratitude, into a whole segment of live stream content, if you must. But for the next few days until we conclude, we're going to dwell deep and deeper into what gratitude means, into being available to help one another. And I don't want to spoil the rest, but you have to join us and watch if you want to know what else we're going to be talking about. But my friends, it's such an honor, honestly, to be here today. It's so amazing to be able to share with you during this amazing, extraordinary day of Valentine's, a moment, a message of inspiration, empowerment, a message that perhaps will get some of those balls twisting and turning around until things start making sense. You know what I mean? That's my desire for you, to go and celebrate one another, to go and encourage one another, to be available for one another. But every day of the week, every day of the year, every opportunity that you take, every opportunity that you have, every day is a new day to express gratitude. Every day is a new day to express love and in fact, to invest in our self-care first and foremost, so we can take care of others. The best example, the best way, I'm going to make it very simple for you to explain. See, when you go on a flight from anywhere you go, whether it's you're flying to sunny Mexico or Hawaii or Europe or the States or whatever, the first thing everyone will tell you, and it doesn't matter which airline you're flying with, the first thing they will tell you, while they're going through the safety procedures and everything, they're gonna tell you, if the mask drops down, you put it on first. You put on that mask first, and you adjust it and make sure you're good and ready to go before you help others. Now, why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? Drop in the comments below. Drop in the comments below. I love to hear your thoughts. I love to acknowledge your thoughts, and I love to acknowledge where you're watching from as well. So drop in the comments below. But the whole reason why they do that It's so you take care of yourself so you can function better, so you can be alert, so you can have the oxygen that your body needs, that your brain needs to perform and to assist others. Whether it is whatever the situation may be, but that's the instructions you're given when you're flying anywhere. So here, my friend, is the exact same thing. We need to help ourselves so we can invest in ourselves, so we can become a better version of ourselves for our loved ones, for those around you. So we'll see you tomorrow for day 15, where we're going to have an opportunity to explore the new topics that we have in mind. But hey, don't worry, this is not the end of our journey here, but rather the beginning of another extraordinary day. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. And remember, based on the topic from yesterday, what if it works? When you are investing quality time, when you're investing in yourself, just ask yourself, what if it works? What if it works, my friends? Have an awesome, awesome rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow for day 15.